watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello everyone, welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. We're going to be taking a look at a Rough Rider today. We've got the orange and gold box here, 25-year blurb there on the side. I'll let you guys pause that if you'd like to read it. The back-to-back R. Here's China, country of origin. We've got a cancer warning, and we're looking at model number RR2181. So this model was one released a couple of years ago. This is the Denim Micarta work knife. We've got a closed length of 3 7/8. Pretty popular design for Rough Rider. I think it sold really well. They had a earlier version that was black, and this one is, well, they call it denim, but only one half of it's denim. You got black and blue alternating down the length of the handle. Nice black swell here, and then you can see the color transcends back and forth. You've got a stainless steel bolster, they're calling it. I'm not 100% sure about that, but let's just go with it. Got the triple threading on it and satin finish. We have a brass lanyard tube here, and looks like stainless pins or perhaps nickel silver pins. And we've got brass liners. Good construction there. I'm not seeing any gaps. Do have a little bit of stepping here at the front where the springs a little bit recessed, but as you move back to the knife it becomes much smoother. But that's a pretty nitpicky thing to talk about, so we'll just not worry about that too much. The edges around the outside of the knife are fantastic, nice and smooth. I'm not feeling anything rough. Got great transitions. The tube is not proud, you're not feeling those pins at all. Good transition to the bolster. Very, very smooth. Very well done. Now you can see that the consistency on this side of the handle, the color alternating back and forth, starts with that black. If we look at the other side, very consistent. Pretty much exactly the same thing. Again, no proud pins. Lanyard tube is nice and smooth. And you can see that lanyard tube is pretty significant. So if you want to use a pretty good size lanyard on this one, that one definitely accommodate that. Again, this is a 3 7/8 inch closed length, and so that would probably accommodate a large slit pretty well. See that comes out there, and you can use that to hold that pretty well. I think the large slip would be the best fit among the Rough Rider slips if you want to use that. But again, you could just use the lanyard, throw it in the pocket without the slip, but I like to use slips, so that's my preference. But let's take a look at the blade. So what you'll notice is this is a Wharncliffe blade, and this is in 440A stainless steel. We've got a pretty pronounced swedge here all the way around to the tip. Nice flat grind on the blade, and a nice straight cutting edge. Good tip on the end there. And look at the blade grind on this side. It again is pretty consistent. Again, the swedging, and then you have the nail nick integrated inside that swedge. Now I think that's kind of something, the design change that they may be considering not doing anymore, but the reason being is when you have a nail nick in that kind of way, it has a tendency to make it more shallow. But I'm not having any trouble opening the blade. You can see we've got half stops there. Good pull on it, probably about a 6.5 to 7. I'll shut up a minute and let you guys listen to the action. So yeah, pretty happy with the snappiness of the blade, and it really does have a good lockup. Good confidence using that knife. I mean, you can move it with your thumb, but it's not feel like it's going to come down on you. And again, you got the half stop, should it do that, so that's a good protection. You notice this is a little bit of a swayback design, so not usually my favorite style swaybacks, but this is pretty tame in terms of its curvature, so not really a problem. It fits very comfortably in the hand. You can see I've got a full 4-finger grip on there, maybe just about a 1/8 of an inch hanging out the back in the normal standard grip. Got my thumb up here at the top. I don't feel like that's coming down anywhere. Pretty confident use style knife, and I think it's one that you can do pretty good amount of work done with it. Pretty stout. Now this seems to me to be something of a predecessor to the Rough Rider Reserve line. Maybe they were kind of testing the waters with the designs and things. It has some styling cues that are similar to the Rough Rider Reserve line. And they had a black one that came out before this blue and black that sold really, really well. They couldn't keep them in stock. They still sold many of them. And then the black and blue came out and continued to sell a lot of these as well. So I know this is a very good seller for Rough Rider, but it's since been, replaced with some pretty decent knives. So maybe not quite the seller that it used to be. But for guys that were not around a couple of years ago, you may have missed out on this one, and this one was a really popular model. But if we take a look at the Wharncliffe blade a little more closely, again, it's the 440A stainless steel. You've got basically a 3-inch blade to the tang and a cutting edge of about 2 3/4 inches. If we look at the tang there, we just have an etch there that says RR2181, and then below it China. And then on this side we have that Rough Rider font logo. We can get a close look at that. There we go. So yeah, again, I just think this was maybe something that they were doing to kind of test the manufacturing capabilities before they put out the Rough Rider Reserve line. That's just a guess, but kind of seems like that was the idea. You can see that the blade centering on this one just a little right leaning, not 100% perfect, but nothing that bothers me. It clears the liners no problem. And again, you got great snap on the blade, great action, great size for carry. There's a large Rough Rider slip, fits in there nicely. So there you have it, guys. There's my review. I think it's a fantastic work knife. I maybe would have preferred that they not use the black and just maybe made it all denim or something like that. But in any case, it looks okay, and does seem to perform really well. Got a nice sharp edge on it. Do a little cut test here. Right out of the box, you can see has no problem getting right through that paper. So yeah, very popular for a reason, and the value is probably the most significant thing. These are only $17 on Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and on Chicago Knife Works only $14.87. So one heck of a bargain in today's world for a great EDC carry and a great work knife. But that's going to do it for my review, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. We'll see you next time, and please do take care.